Hey y'all, I'm Caroline. Welcome to the garden. Gardening is not only good for the body, but it's good for the soul. It's a healing place, a retreat from the fast-paced world around us. As the Southern Bell Pepper, I'm here to help you get started on your garden with simple, easy-to-follow tips. I hope you'll find some peace as you follow along. I'll meet you in the garden. Today we are going to be planting zinnias and sunflowers. I'm so excited. Zinnias are one of my favorite things to plant. I've started planting them when I was probably 6 years old. They're easy to grow, they're beautiful, and they come back every year. This is Andy Griffith. So it's really simple. If you haven't planted flowers before, this is a great one to start with. So zinnias, I have my 2 packets. This is a zinnia seed. I usually suggest planting the California Giants, but the store didn't have them, so this is what we're gonna plant. And as you can see here, these are my zinnia plants that have come up from last year. So they'll come back year after year, and they're very easy to grow. Where to plant zinnia seeds? They love sun. So if you have a bed in your front yard or your backyard, or even if you want to put them in a pot by a window or on your porch, they will love it as long as they get 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. So I'm putting them in my vegetable garden. These are tomato plants. And what I'm going to do is put sunflowers and zinnias throughout this bed, because I think the root systems will really work well together. The height will work well. Sunflowers will be tall, so will zinnias, but sunflowers will be, I think, 4 to 6 feet tall. So let's get started. So what I'm gonna do here, I've already aerated this soil yesterday because I just planted these tomatoes. But had I not, I would want to come through and just kind of loosen the soil and make sure it's real level. You have new soil in there. So I'm gonna start with some zinnias right here. Boy, it's humid today. So these zinnias need to be planted about a fingernail deep in the ground. So come in close and take a look at these. These are the zinnia seeds. And I'm gonna plant them a few inches apart probably. And what I'm gonna do is just simply stick them in the ground. I'm gonna go around here. And if these end up being too close together, then I can always transplant them later. That'll do for now. I'll plant the rest in a minute. One thing to point out about putting flowers in your vegetable garden is you need to attract the pollinators. And zinnias, something that looks as pretty as that, is definitely going to attract the bees and pollinators. So putting these near my tomatoes, the pollinators are going to come and it's going to help everything flourish more. So now I'm just going to come back over and cover them up. We're just taking a little bit of soil, just kind of raking it back over. And once I think everything is covered, I'm just going to come through and pat the ground. Very lightly, just enough to secure it, but not make it too thick. Looks like Andy's going to come help. And then I would just water it in. And you really want to soak your zinnias this first time, and I will water them probably every day unless it rains for the first week or two. And once they pop up, they're going to be set, and I just water them about the same time I would water everything else in the garden when it looks dry. All right, next I'm going to start on the sunflowers, the casualty of gardening. All right, this is my second year really focusing on sunflowers. These are the Autumn Beauty mix, and I just think they are so pretty. That color, end of summer, September, wow, it is so pretty to cut and put on your table. I just love looking out here, and I thought they'd look pretty with the tomatoes. So what I'm gonna do is put them down the center line. And the only difference between planting these and zinnias are these are just an inch deep, so just a little bit deeper. Take a look at these seeds. So similar thing, I'm just going to kind of loosen this soil. And stick them in the ground. Back over and fill this in just like we did with the zinnias. And I'll water that as well. I do want to point out sunflowers come back each year too. This is a sunflower right there coming back from last year. So it's a great way to start a garden that comes back every year and you don't even have to think about it. Sunflowers are also great along fence lines if you're looking for some ideas. But bottom line is, add some flowers to your life. Seeds are easy to do. You can just scatter them in the yard, honestly, and zinnias would come up. So I hope you will take some time and start your flower garden, and maybe start with zinnias and sunflowers. I highly suggest it. Thank you.